Hey guys, it's Red Baron 59 here, bringing you a pretty sweet gameplay. I got Devil Merciless 30 and 2 free for all just now. It's pretty nice. I think that the opening streak is pretty sweet. It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But today I just wanted to talk about what I think about the Black Ops 3 news and everything I've heard about it so far. So a lot of people are wondering like whether or not they're going to bring exosuits back, and apparently there's a petition to keep them out of the next game. But at this point, to be all the way honest, being just a few months out from development, whatever they're doing, they've already done. So there's really probably no way to petition them to not have exos in the next game. If they do have them, they'll probably do it's the same they did with this game, and simply have a classic playlist where essentially you'll be able to play without exos. Although I think the classic playlist in this game is pretty half-assed, because what you saw in Battlefield is if you play domination or anything without vehicles, they shrink the map down to essentially make the gameplay more fast-paced, etc. But they chose not to do anything like that in this game. Again, just another fault of the developers. But as far as what I think about the exos, I heard also that there's basically some rumors that what they're going to do is take out the dashing forward, left, right, etc. to slow down the movement speed, to maybe be able to make a more controllable spawn system, which is I think one of the big problems with this game, is that because as you can see me moving around, I can just move so fast all the time that it's going to be pretty difficult to maintain a good spawn system in this game, or any future Call of Duty that would have the same mechanic. So the only thing I could see them doing to kind of tone down the exos would be to slow them down. At this point, like I said, with them only being 6 months out from development and having worked on it for 3 years, whatever they've done with or without exos is undoable at this point. Or not undoable. And so we're going to be pretty much stuck with them if they have them. So you're either going to have to learn to love or hate it. And if they do make it to where you can't dash left, right, etc., then I think it'll kind of end up creating a more Halo-esque type gameplay. I think that'll be pretty evident that that's the way it's going to have to turn out. And we'll just have to see, what Treyarch can do to improve upon the viability of the exosuits as a mechanic in the game. But I think that they're out for the task, and that if anybody's going to be able to make them work within the game as a mechanic, it's going to be them. I also heard another exciting rumor, though, that they will be bringing back the Ghost method for selection of perks. I think, if anybody played Ghost, which I'm sure everybody watching this has, then you'll remember that was probably like one of their best accomplishments. You could choose any perk that you wanted based upon the 13 system, where they had, a series of like stealth perks and combat-oriented perks. I don't remember the names, but basically like toughness and stalker, quick draw were all under one thing, and each one of them had a point value assigned to them. So essentially you could have any perk that you wanted as long as it was within the point value system that they had, and the guns did not count towards that point value. The perks were the only thing on it. And I think that that's probably the best way to do it moving forward. We'll just have to see whether or not they bring that back. I think if they do, that it'll improve the game a lot, because one of the big problems I had with this game was the 3 perks, and they've chosen still not to fix it. The 3 perk trees are really poorly balanced. You're really limited to using the same 4 perks all the time, and I just don't understand that. Why is Blast Suppressor even a thing in this game at this point? I figured by now, if anything was to be patched before the guns even, should have been that. But of course they care more about micro DLC and shit like that than fixing a mechanic that's obviously flawed, and nobody is a big fan of. You can't use any of the perks that you like. I don't think whether you're a noob or a vet or anybody in between that you enjoy the perk system for this game, and I think that it's something they should have taken into account a long time ago and given us what we asked for in regards to fixing that. I don't expect them to take skill-based matchmaking out. This is the 3rd game in a row that it's been in, and I think that people are just going to have to get over it and learn to deal with it. It's just the way that it's going to be from now on, and I kind of agree with a lot of the justifications for why they're doing it. It's hurting sales. People don't want to play against people who are really, really good all the time when they're not. You got a lot of amateur players that just get on here to have a good time. But moving forward, I would like to see Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3 kind of tone it down a little bit. It does restrict people from getting good gameplays and having a good time. It can be really frustrating to always play against good players. Sometimes you just want to get on and have fun with the PDW, for instance. I cannot. Been trying to get a win with that thing forever, and I can do well with it, but because of the challenge level of most lobbies, it's impossible for me to get a win. I think I've, been within 2 kills, and eventually I'll probably get it. But it's a headache, and it's kind of lame that, you don't get the opportunity to use the other guns, because as you can see, like, most lobbies are really competitive. Everybody's using the same guns. If you're playing on a high KD account with a high skill level, it's just, the way it is, and it can be really frustrating to not be able to do what you want and enjoy all the interesting and fun guns that they have brought to this game, because they did do a wonderful job of bringing us all kinds of new and interesting guns, but you just can't use them. It's not viable, it's not fun, and hopefully they'll do what we want with the next one. But I'm just curious, what do you guys think about the exos and the petition to end them?